We will normally have anywhere on this planet in Chernobyl exclusions are not absent.
And starting from the right to the left, they've had 4 reactors of Chernobyl nuclear power plant placed along one line. And then units number 5 and 6 have to be on our right. We're going to get closer, guys. And in 2012, the construction of new safe confinement began. The construction lasted for 4 years. In 2016, it was completed. And in November 2016, on 2 rail tracks, with the help of more than 200 hydraulic jacks, the arch was slowly slid over the ruined reactor and the sarcophagus. Cooling tower, at the day of the accident, was under construction. Both of them were basically under construction. But this one, the taller one, was approximately 70 to 80% ready. The smaller one was some 20% ready. This one was supposed to be used for unit number 5, and smaller one had to be used for unit number 6. There was supposed to be a closed cycle with water circulating just between the cooling towers and the reactor. But as soon as the release of radiation into the environment was confirmed, the construction of cooling towers stopped and never resumed again. This radar was the most important in the entire network just because it faces United States of America through the North Pole. It was supposed to inform Soviets about the American missiles. Just because in early 80s, after one of the modifications, radar started to interfere the work of civil aviation and work of European trade ships. It was making sharp tapping noises that were appearing from nowhere and that were disappearing the same way. And that half-sunken ship used to be the boarding platform for people to board boats. It was impossible to tie them to the dock using those pillars. That's why the platform was brought from the side, tied to the pillars, and through the platform people were boarding the boats already. And in this case, levels of radiation are going to depend on how close you're going to hold your devices to the sources of radioactivity. The radiation we're measuring in Kopachi village is mostly radiation coming from under the ground, from those radioactive houses, which still emit radiation into the environment. And those radioactive particles today explain the nature of Chernobyl contamination. On one side to exit the city, 2 lanes on the other side to enter the city. Beautiful alley in the middle for people to walk around with flowers, with benches, and on the edges they had 2 rows of poplar trees growing. To pass the radiation check, you have to step first of all into the counter. And then when the radiation check is completed, on the right screen the second button starts to glow, which is clean button. If you see that second button on the right screen glowing, that means you pass the radiation check. Take your hands off the sensors, open the bar and leave the counter, and that's it.
Oh, I wanted to come here for a long time. I remember when I was younger and read about the accident in the papers in Sweden, so I wanted to come here for a long time.
Well, I've heard about the area for years and years in the past, and during which it became easier to come here, and well, I decided just to go here.
One of the most interesting things was the Pripyat, the abandoned city here. Really fascinating.
My highlight was just all of it, I think. Just seeing seeing all the buildings decaying and in amongst all the trees.
I like the fairground. Going around with a Geiger counter on the fairground was good, and that was probably the highlight.
Pretty much coming here and seeing everything that you've seen on TV, in pictures on the internet.
It's a must if you come here. It's really a unique place, and it's a fascinating experience.